Prince. Prince. Not sponsored, but could be. Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to my podcast. Hi, I'm Jen, the podcast where I talk about whatever I want because I'm alone in my home and nobody can stop me. And you would think, since I am sporting multiple Prince items, I'd be wanting to talk about Prince. Believe you me, I will find a reason to talk about Prince. It will always come up. I never have to try. But actually, something that I wanted to talk about is, of all things, pizza. But people who know me intimately know that I really love pizza. I do. Woke up this morning and decided, hey, I'm going to have pizza for lunch. And also technically breakfast. And then also probably dinner. And so I didn't order a pizza. No. We went the frugal route. I had a couple of frozen pizzas in my oven. Nope. Had a couple of frozen pizzas in my freezer. Threw one of those bad boys in my oven. Red Baron thin and crispy pepperoni pizza. Not sponsored, but I'm open to it. And I always throw like oregano and red pepper flakes on top. Sometimes I'll throw on some extra cheese. I was not feeling extra cheese today. And it was good. After I ate the whole pizza, decided it was nap time. So now it's like, I don't know, 4:45. It's nearly 5. And I'm having my first cup of coffee. But before, I feel like I have to justify my life. Before my nap, I, went on the job search machine and did that, because that's every day. I do that every day. Every day. It is nonstop. And everybody keeps reassuring me, after the election, regardless of the outcome, after the election, all these companies are going to be hiring like crazy. They're finally going to be in a position to start hiring. They'll have the capacity to start hiring. They'll have the manpower to start hiring. People want to get new bodies in before the new year, or before the end of the quarter, or before the holidays. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. It has been, officially 4 weeks, officially a full month being unemployed. It really has been a wave, a lot of ebb and flow with it. But I wanted to talk about pizza. So I'm cutting up my pizza, and for some strange reason, I don't have like a traditional pizza cutter, like a wheel that you can whoop, whoop, whoop. I have a stupid fucking pizza knife. It came part of like a knife set that I got on Amazon, because that's where everything comes from. And at the time I thought it was really cool. I'm like, whoa, a pizza knife, and the word pizza is in the blade. So yeah, let's get that. And it works, but boy is it annoying. Because because you have to carve your way through the pizza, and it takes probably 4 times longer than just having a wheel, but whatever. And as I was carving through my frozen pizza, that was baked, so it was, shut up. I was thinking, I love pizza, and I don't know if I trust people who don't like pizza. I can trust people who don't love pizza. I don't expect everybody to love pizza. I know a lot of people who love burgers, and I'm not that person. I don't know why. I just don't like. My mom, Lori, loves burgers. She could probably eat a burger a day. The same with my best friend, Rachel. Loves burgers, could probably eat a burger a day. I don't. And I do find that weird. Why do I not love burgers? I love pizza. I sure do. I love pizza. It is just... maybe I love it because it is like the quintessential poor man's food. It is just 3 basic ingredients. If you have good dough, good sauce, good cheese, that's all you really need. And some of these restaurants, some of these chain restaurants have really good dough, really good sauce, but like don't have the best cheese, or have really great sauce, really good cheese, not really great dough. And then I started thinking about Daniel Levy from Schitt's Creek, and his character David was a fan of pizza, and I relate to that so much. There is a quote from that show when he's talking to his boyfriend, and he says, like, I do love our relationship. I love when you order me pizza. And the first time I heard that, I was like, yes, he's the one. That's a relationship. Just order me pizza. Just order me pizza. There's a Daria quote that I've honestly kind of sort of always lived by when it came to relationships. Not in a literal sense, but I think it holds true. That quote is, the only thing that matters in a relationship is that you like the same pizza toppings. And as I've grown older and wiser and have money and am a lady with an appetite, I also found that you don't have to love the same pizza toppings if you're ordering from Domino's. Because then, since they were, I think, like the first pizza chain to really start that buy 2 items at a discounted price thing, so then it's like, we don't have to like the same pizza toppings, we just both have to like Domino's. Because then you can have your own pizza with your own shit on it, and then I can have my own pizza with my own shit on it, and that's almost better than ordering one big pizza where we both like the same toppings. Right? Right? But it's pizza. I wanted that to be the topic that I spoke on today. I feel like there's something wrong with me. Pizza, yeah. I genuinely could probably eat pizza every day and be okay with it. Not a whole pizza, mind you. Not necessarily frozen pizza every day and be okay with it. Any variation of pizza every day and be okay with it. My dad is the same way. And as my mom Lori would say, that apple did not fall far from that tree. I am very much my father's child. He worked at a couple of pizza restaurants when I was a very tiny child. And maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Probably not. We just both really like pizza. And I honestly love talking to people about the kind of pizza that they order, or like what they get. So like, for instance, my brother Matt, who I love and respect very much, really likes Little Caesars, and I find that interesting. I don't know why I find that interesting, I just do. He's like, it's really good. I'm like, okay. And then I'm a nerd, so did some research on it, and I'm like, well, Little Caesars actually does like win a lot of awards for their pizza. Why? And I think one of the reasons is because they are one of the only restaurants I know of that uses Munster in their cheese blend. I'm like, that is very interesting. I don't know of any other restaurant that uses Munster in their cheese blend. Usually the cheese blend is pretty, if they even use a blend of cheese, most of the time it's just like, here's our low moisture mozzarella that's pre-shredded that comes in frozen, you know. But nah, they got Munster in their cheese blend. So I'm like, okay, you guys got good cheese. In my opinion, I think they have great sauce. I don't know where I stand with their dough. I don't know where I stand with their bread. And maybe I'm simplifying it too much. They probably have good bread, because I've eaten Little Caesars. On purpose. And it's good, but maybe I'm just not in love with the way they cook their pizza, because it seems to not like kind of lock in any flavor. My best friend Rachel worked at Pizza Hut for many, many, many years. And if you know, you know. So she loves Pizza Hut. When it's like, when she says, I want to have pizza, and we say, what do you want? She always says Pizza Hut. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of their dough. No. I honestly couldn't say anything bad about their sauce or their cheese blend, because I don't have it very often, but I know for a fact, if I'm having Pizza Hut and it's not their stuffed crust pizza, I don't like their bread. I don't like the dough. That doesn't mean it's bad, it's just my opinion. And I can't really say that there's anything else that like really stands out to me in their restaurant, in their setup. You know, I didn't grow up like getting their personal pan pizzas. I distinctly remember when they debuted their original stuffed crust pizza, I was like, yes, that please, all the time. And you eat it backwards? Yes, please, all the time. And then Crash Bandicoot was like part of that deal for a minute, which was fun because it was the 90s or the early 2000s when Crash Bandicoot was very much still a thing. So I was like, yeah, Dad, let's order Pizza Hut and let's just get the stuffed crust. I don't care about anything else. And then I distinctly remember as an adult getting Pizza Hut with like another adult, and we got like a pan pizza with like some breadsticks and something else, and I was like, wow, this is just not good. And it was like they have really, really thick crust, and it's really greasy but really dry. And again, this is just my opinion, this is just my experience. I'm not saying like don't eat at this establishment, or you know, the establishment as a whole is bad. This is just my opinion. I'm a Domino's girl. I really am, and I have no shame in that. I am a Domino's girl. Ever since they like switched up their formula, whatever, in the early 2000s, I'm like, yeah, this got flavor. However, one of the reasons why I have a couple of frozen pizzas in my freezer right now is because I love Domino's thin crust. One of the reasons why I was a big fan of it is because they would put oregano on it, or like an Italian blend on it. and it just really amps up the flavor, and they stopped doing that. And a couple of times I've even asked for it, and then it still doesn't happen. So I'm like, well, just go get a frozen pizza. Because it's not the same to just add it on top as it is to have it baked that way. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, sat down, had some pizza, was thinking about David Rose's character on Schitt's Creek, and was hoping there was like somebody would have put together a little compilation on YouTube of David Rose and all the times that he had mentioned pizza on the show, but no such thing exists, so that made me sad. Because I know that it's happened a couple of times, you know, like the episode where they're testing their relationship, or they're trying to like put more spark in their relationship. And he's like, I love our relationship. I love when you order me pizza. There's an episode where the family orders pizza and they only order, I think, like one. And he's like, how is this supposed to feed us? And he takes like 3 slices. For the wedding, he was like, it was either getting the tents or getting the pizza oven. You know? Yeah, I love Schitt's Creek. If you haven't watched that show, please do. It is hilarious. It is definitely one of my comfort shows. It is one of those shows I will decide, I need to rewatch this. It is just so good. It is so good. It is so good. Yeah, definitely worth watching, worth giving it a shot. All of those main actors are just freaking brilliant. I think at this point I would watch anything that has Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara together. And would watch anything with them not together as well. I mean, at this point, everybody finally knows who Catherine O'Hara is now because of Schitt's Creek and because of Beetlejuice. And they're like, did you know that she also does the voice of Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas? Yes. And she sings for Sally too. And oh, did you know that she does this? Did you know that she was the mom in Home Alone? Yes, I do know that because I'm cultured. I also retain useless information. Also, something that I inherited from my dad. Thanks, cat. Yeah, pizza. I would like to know what everybody's go-to pizza toppings are. Unlimited pizza toppings. Not limited to just 2 or 3. I want to know what your pizza toppings are. I used to be the type of person, so like, going back to my best friend Rachel, I asked her once, I'm like, what are your favorite pizza toppings? And she's like, I don't know, cheese. And I'm like, that's not a topping, that's a main ingredient. That's like saying your favorite pizza topping is sauce. She's like, it's a topping. I'm like, no, it's not. Extra cheese might be a topping, but I'm also a difficult, stubborn piece of shit sometimes. So I will give people flack if they're like, oh, I just like cheese. I'm like, that's fine if you just like cheese pizza, but in that case your answer should be, oh, I don't really need toppings. I'm cool with just the pizza at the original gangsta pizza. Just cheese. Yeah, I'm always curious what people like on their pizza, how they like their pizza, what kind of style they like. I am definitely partial to New York style pizza. I've had Detroit style, not my favorite. I have had Chicago style, and whereas yes, it's very good, it's practically a casserole. Like, it's very difficult. That is knife and fork pizza. It is very good. And I definitely appreciate that they use cornmeal crust, because that just like amps up the flavor. It's like drowned in sauce, since the sauce goes on top of the cheese, and I'm definitely a fan of that. But yeah, somebody once said, at what point do we call this casserole? And I'm like, I kind of agree, because you know, that's not like a pizza that you can have on the go, or that you can have by the slice. And that's like sit down pizza. I have had Chicago style pizza in Chicago. We went to Uno's, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The one with the graffiti all over the walls and the really tasty cornmeal crust. I have not had Detroit style pizza in Detroit. I've only had Detroit style pizza in Oklahoma. So. There was this amazing restaurant that was on my street, like maybe 50 yards from me. And I don't know math. That's probably not right. It was on my block. They were called Rendezvous, and they closed down, which makes me so sad. I don't know if there's another location somewhere in Oklahoma City. There might be. But Rendezvous on up on like the way upper north side of Oklahoma City, they had great pizza. They had great wings. A really good happy hour, and those are the only two things I've had from them, was their pizza and their wings. And I was very much liked it. And then I saw that they took the sign down off of the restaurant, and it made me really sad, because pizza. In my area of the world, we also have Mazzio's. And Mazzio's really is just titties. It is good. It is so good. I didn't used to be a fan of ranch dressing. Mazzio's probably made me a fan of ranch dressing. They have really good ranch dressing. Mazzio's is one of the restaurants that my dad worked at when I was a wee little baby. And I have very fond memories of climbing all over the booths, because that's what you do when you're a kid. And loving the hell out of the salad bar. My go-to salad bar fixings were croutons and pickles and chocolate pudding. And I was very sad to learn that they don't have chocolate pudding on their salad bar anymore. Evidently, I was the only person eating it. And then I moved. And then now they don't have it anymore. So I was sad. But my brother turned me on to their calzone rings. And my dad was like, well, yeah, it's just pizza. And then, like, you put another crust on it. He's like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, I don't know what the big deal is, Daddy, but it tastes really good. So, they did their calzone rings. Love their thin crust pizza. Love their Ken's sauce. That was another restaurant my dad worked for. It was just called Ken's Pizza, I'm pretty sure. And he also worked for Godfather's. Godfather's Pizza is really good. I only see them now in various airports and Love's gas stations, which is sad. Love that they still exist, but on such a small scale, for being such a good restaurant. For having such really good pizza, because they had like a buttery crust. Yeah. So some people have really started getting me interested in trying more independently or locally owned pizza restaurants around the city. So the first time somebody mentioned Empire Pizza, I was like, have you had Empire Pizza? I'm like, no, but I'm gonna. Tell me more about it. I'm like, well, they do it by the slice. I'm like, I'm already sold. I love pizza by the slice. Because if they can sell pizza by the slice, that means that those pizzas are big enough that they're probably New York style pizzas. And something that my dad taught me is that when you are making something on a grand scale, the flavors can marry a little bit longer, so ultimately it's going to taste better. And that's why those really, really big pizzas that are sold by the slice generally taste better. But yeah, Empire Pizza, really like it. I haven't tried everything yet. I would like to. The two I can name off the top of my head are the Foghorn Leghorn Pizza and the Ghost-Faced Killa Pizza. Not gonna lie, I couldn't tell you what's on either of those, but I know that whenever I go there and that's like the featured pizza of the day, I'm like, that, please, thank you. People also told me that Dotto's Pizza in North Oklahoma City is really, really good. So I tried it. I wouldn't call it the best, but I did enjoy it. I personally was not a fan of their sauce. I am weird. Let's get that nailed down first. I love pizza. And I love traditional red pizza sauce, or any red sauce for that matter. I don't like tomatoes. So if you are keen to a chunky sauce, I can't do it. I was like eating the sauce and I'm like, it's tasty. And then I'd flick giant chunks of tomatoes out from my pizza because I'm just not a fan. And I know a lot of people love tomatoes, and they're like, oh, but when it's chunky, it's the best, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just weird about tomatoes, man. Love me a fried green tomato, but chunks of tomato in a sauce, I'm like, it's either a sauce or it's not. Pick one. I'm fine with pico de gallo. Completely fine with pico de gallo. Love it. Not flicking out chunks of tomatoes in a pico de gallo because that's what pico de gallo is. It's chunks of various vegetables and it's tasty. But like for instance, in like a really good salsa, I don't want giant chunks of tomato. So in a really good tomato sauce, like a marinara or a ragu or a whatever else it's called, I don't want chunks of tomato. So Dotto's is good. It wasn't my favorite because of that reason. But that doesn't mean don't go there. That doesn't mean don't support them. That doesn't mean stop giving them awards. This is just my opinion. And the lighting is being weird. I don't have high-grade professional equipment, y'all. So what you gonna do? I haven't had Halls yet. Halls came highly recommended. So that's definitely next on my list. Gonna try Halls. Right now, my favorite, and like my dad and my mom Lori, their favorite, Falcone's. It's so good. First time I had Falcone's was, I don't know if they still do, they had a location in Bricktown right next to the Harkins Theater. So after we would see a movie at the Harkins Theater, we would get a slice of Falcone's, and was it good? Oh, so good. When we order Falcone's, though, we're not getting it by the slice. We're ordering a whole damn pizza. So that's what's going on in Oklahoma City specifically. You know, Falcone's, Empire, Halls, Dotto's, Rendezvous. I hope there's another location. The one closest to me, I just know that they closed down. If there are any other pizza places in Oklahoma City that I should be trying, let me know. You let me know where I should go for pizza, and I will go there for pizza, and I will eat it, and then I will tell you what I thought about it, even though nobody asked. My brother, when I was living in Wisconsin, my brother turned me on to a pizza by the slice place called Polito's. That was based out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. And they opened up a location in Oshkosh, where I was living. And if I'm not mistaken, Polito's whole marketing thing is like, They do pizza by the slice. They're open until like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. So they're there for the college crowd. So when I was living in Oshkosh, yeah, I went to Polito's. I didn't go all the time, but when I went, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I want to say that's like maybe the first meal I had when I did move back to Oshkosh as an adult. And I love me some Polito's. I did at one point have a Polito's t-shirt. I don't know if I still do. Whatever. But that's how much I enjoyed them. I wanted to be free marketing for them. Just walk around, big Polito's guy on my chest. When I moved to Minnesota, then there was no Polito's. Then I moved to Mankato, Minnesota for college, and there was a Polito's. And I was like, one, why? You're a Wisconsin-based restaurant. And then two, I'm not going to argue it. I'm just happy that there's a Polito's. And yeah, I was there. If I was able to get to Polito's on a Tuesday, it was going to be a damn good day, because they had like some special, or it was like 2 slices for one and then a drink. It was like an affordable price, and yeah, I was very, very happy. Like me some Polito's. It's just same premise, you know. You're making really big pizzas, so the ingredients have time to marry. So it's going to be a deeper flavor. It's going to be a better flavor. Yeah, it was always really, really good. And they have like fun toppings and stuff. Yeah, so I really miss Polito's. Kind of miss Toppers sometimes too, not gonna lie. However, we went to Toppers specifically for the breadsticks, because you could get a lot of shit on your cheese sticks and then get like 6 or 7 different sauces. And I'm a saucy bitch. I'm a sauce gal. So if I just keep my hands up in the frame, maybe it'll stop doing things. So we really enjoyed getting Toppers. I couldn't tell you how the pizza is. We rarely ever ordered pizza. We mostly just got Topper sticks and an abundance of sauce. I'm not ashamed to say I like nacho cheese sauce. Even if the reality is it's just American cheese, or even worse, it's Velveeta cheese just melted down with some milk, which sounds disgusting. But fuck me, it tastes good, so I'm going to eat it. And you could get like your Topper sticks with some nacho cheese, and it was fabulous. I'm going to put my hands down. It's just fucking ridiculous. I wish I knew the science of why this is happening. Maybe I just need to be closer. Is this good for you? Okay. Yeah, Toppers. I guess they're not a chain in the South or the Southwest, because some people say that Oklahoma is not part of the South, and you're wrong. We are not part of the Deep South. I will always agree to that. The Florida, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, yeah, we're not part of the Deep South. But we are the South. Because we say shit like y'all. And we know about shit like okra. You know where they don't know shit like that? The Midwest. Like Wisconsin. And Minnesota. And anything that's a Dakota. Yeah, I said that I was going to talk about the culture shock that I experienced once I left Oklahoma and then was living in the Midwest. Today's not that day. But I'll bring it up one of these days. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's, like, the only other pizza place I can think of that I remember they had they distinctly had phenomenal sauce. They were called Glass Nickel Pizza in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Really, really good stuff. Not something that we did often. When we did, it was like, we're going to order pizza. Oh, where are you ordering it from? I was thinking Glass Nickel. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, Cece's. And Shakey's. Those buffet style places. So Shakey's is a place I've only ever seen in Wisconsin. Granted, I have not been all over the United States. So I'm not saying that they are only in Wisconsin. I'm just saying that in all of the years of my living, Wisconsin is where I'd ever seen a Shakey's. And I can't even remember if they have good pizza, but I just loved the idea of having pizza and then being able to play like whack-a-mole without, like, right next to your table. It was like a very, very, very small Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't go to I think I've only ever been to Chuck E. Cheese maybe twice in my life. Never was it for like, hey, Jen's having a thing and it's going to be at Chuck E. Cheese. Nope, didn't grow up in a family like that where it's like, hey, let's have a big party. It was more like, let's invite some family over and then go to dinner and then everyone can fuck off. So Chuck E. Cheese is like, they have like a bunch of shit that you can climb on and then like the weird ass fucking animatronic shit, and then you can get like tickets and trade it in for some stuff. No. Shakey's was like, here are some arcade games that were thrown out by other places, and then we had somebody fix them up, and now here, children, go play them. I just remember playing, it wasn't even whack-a-mole. It was like Slap-a-gator or something, because it was like these like crocodile heads that would come out, or alligator heads that would come out, and you had to whack them. And it was really easy to do because their heads were really big, and the mallet was really big, so you can just like hit the shit out of it, work up an appetite, have some pizza. And then Cece's. Really, really loved me some Cece's. The location that I'm going to say I grew up going to, I was in high school when I was going there, but they unfortunately closed down. I think just because of some stuff with their lease, not because it was bad or anything, but Cece's is good. Cece's is probably the only restaurant where I will eat their white pizza. I will eat their Alfredo sauce pizza. Any other place, I'm like, nah, but give me Cece's. And then they had like the tiny little arcade area. Yeah, that was good times. We have Mr. Gaddy's in Oklahoma too. I was never a fan. It is that halfway between Chuck E. Cheese, where it's just like a bunch of fucking 8-year-olds hopped up on sugar and pizza and climbing all over each other and yelling and screaming. Cece's and Pizza Hut and Shakey's are like we have stuff for kids. It's not much, but we have stuff for kids. And we have stuff for like younger adults too. For fun little drivey, crashy games, or like slap 'em gator games. Mr. Gaddy's is like, I haven't been there in years. It could have changed it. I have no idea. I'll never know because I don't intend on going anytime soon. This is my opinion. They have like different rooms. So like, here's the room you go to if you want to watch sports while you eat your pizza, or here's the room you go to for kids if you have younger kids and you want to watch cartoons or you want to watch Disney movies. And then here's like, I don't know, local news or action. I have no idea. So that was cool, but also like, I don't want to pay $30 to go eat pizza and then watch TV. I could do that at home. They probably had arcades and games and stuff. If they did, I never experienced it. I was never a big fan of their pizza. Neither was my dad, so we just never really went. And, God, there was another one. I'm just going through my Rolodex of pizza nostalgia. A Rolodex is a contacts list for old people. Okay, just had to make that clear. There was another pizza place. Oh, with like a similar setup like Mr. Gatti's or Shakey's or Cece's or whatever. It's called Pizza Ranch. And I've only seen this in Minnesota. Not saying it only exists in Minnesota. I've only ever lived in 3 states, and that's the state where I saw it. Pizza Ranch is interesting. It's the only pizza buffet I've ever seen where it's like, we've got pizza, and if you don't want pizza, we also have Southern comfort food, like fried chicken, and mashed potatoes and gravy, and corn, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. I very much enjoy those things. I've never had them together, but beats the hell out of a salad bar. I'm not going to eat off of the salad bar unless it's chocolate pudding and croutons and pickles. And as an adult, I'm not even a fan of croutons anymore. I prefer the little sesame sticks or like the little chow mein noodles. Mostly just the chocolate pudding, though. Yeah, so, pizza. I haven't even mentioned what my favorite pizza toppings are, and I'm over here asking you to bare your soul to me and tell me what your favorite pizza toppings are. So here we go. My favorite pizza toppings. So if I'm ordering from like any like pizza chain, any normal pizza place, you're gonna hate me. Pepperoni, pineapples, you heard that right, and jalapenos. Those are my 3 go-to. I will be happy to eat those together. I'm happy to just have pineapple and jalapeno together. That was my go-to for a very long time. I'm happy to have pepperoni and pineapple together, pepperoni and jalapeno together. I'm happy with any amalgamation of those 3 toppings. If it's a non-traditional place, that brings me to another place, Hideaway Pizza in Oklahoma. They have something called the Pollinator, which has like mandarin oranges and I think like hot honey on it, or maybe just regular honey. Very happy with that. I'm not afraid to say it. I like weird stuff on my pizza. I like it spicy, so any kind of hot sauce or hot honey or jalapeno or any kind of pepper, I'm here for it. I don't mind fruit on my pizza. Tomatoes are fruit, and we don't bitch about you putting tomatoes on your pizza. I will, but the rest of the world won't. So yeah, pineapples on pizza, mandarin oranges on pizza, I'm here for it. I'm cool with that. If we're at like a fancy place, so like for instance, my sister and I, we were in Norman, and we went to a place, I think it's just called Blue, BLU. If I'm wrong, I'm really sorry, and I'll fix it later. I don't remember what the pizza was called. But while we were looking through the menu, we both saw one of them that had goat cheese on it. And I looked at my sister and I said, I want that one. And she said, I want that one too. And I said, cool. Goat cheese on pizza is amazing. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. It is a level above just like full moisture mozzarella. Because a lot of people will be like, you know, if you want really good pizza, you have to have like the fresh, like mozzarella balls. And I'm like, yeah, that stuff does sound like really good. Like margarita pizza, it's wonderful. It's nice. I will gingerly take off the giant slices of tomato. But I'm here for the fresh giant leaves of basil and for the big wet balls of mozzarella. But goat cheese is just a level above. It has like that tangy flavor, but it's really creamy and it's really smooth and it's just wonderful and I love it so much. And then we added like the really peppery oregano on top of it, and I don't even remember what else was on top of it, but I just remember I was happy. It was very good, and we decided that's the best place to go to in Norman. And to be fair, I've only ever been to one other restaurant in Norman. I don't remember what it was called. It was a Mexican restaurant, and it was very tasty and very busy. It was like a very popular place, and it wasn't Hidalgo's. That was in Moore. We went to 2 Mexican restaurants in the same week. One was Hidalgo's, but that is in Moore. That's not in Norman. And then we went to one that's in Norman. I don't remember what it's called. I'm very sorry. There's one in Minneapolis that I should know, and I can't remember what it's called. I have to look it up. I'm really sorry. Really, really great pizza place in Minneapolis that I loved. Pizza Luce. Yeah. Very good pizza. Very much in the if I had to compare it to, so that's a pizza restaurant in Minneapolis. If I had to compare it to a pizza restaurant in Oklahoma City, I'd compare it to Hideaway. Because it's not just pizza, they also have like, other pastas and entrees and salads and sandwiches and stuff like that. But their pizza is where it's at, and it is so good, and I loved it so much. When I finally moved back to St. Paul, and I was within like their delivery radius, ooh, I was happy. I got Pizza Luce more than I probably should have, but no regrets because it was super good. Yeah, so love me some goat cheese and arugula. Love me some hot honey. So that's like a pizza combination that I would definitely be happy with. My go-to basic bitch pizza order though is like pepperoni, jalapeno, pineapple. It is just so good. Those 6 together, I don't know. Probably not. But I'm open to it. My absolute no-nos on pizza is mushrooms, only because they will kill me. I discovered as like a teenager, like 18, 19 years old, I'm allergic to mushrooms. But the fun fact is that there are like hundreds of species of mushrooms. And so far, I have only had bad reactions to mushrooms used in Italian cooking. So like first time I had a reaction, somebody was making like spaghetti at home, and they would put those like canned mushrooms in their sauce. And yeah, that first time I had a reaction, that sucked. That was scary. I've had reactions at Olive Garden, eating stuffed mushrooms. So learned real quick, don't do that anymore. And then Pizza Hut. So all of those are Italian. And so mushrooms primarily used in Italian cuisine. I avoid those like the damn plague. Anytime I've accidentally eaten a mushroom that is included in Asian cuisine, I've not had a reaction. I, of course, will still avoid them like the damn plague. Avoid them like the nasty, disgusting fungus that they are. And because I don't like mushrooms, I don't eat mushrooms, I can't. Olives, I'm not a fan of olives anymore, because according to my taste buds, olives are just the attractive, symmetrical cousin to mushrooms. And it's like, hey, it's the same family, so no. So we flick them off. And I used to like, like the stuffed green olives. I used to enjoy that kind of stuff. I was even a vegetarian for like 4 years. So I would do like grilled portobello mushrooms and shit like that. And then had a reaction. And ever since then, I'm like, fuck them little fungus motherfuckers. And then especially after watching The Last of Us. So I never played the video game because I'm lame. But finally watched season 1, and if you know, you know. It's zombies, but they're infected by fungal spores. My brain is like, and they're called cephalopods, and that's not right. That's like cuttlefish and squid, and it's not a cephalopod. It's like cephalospores or I don't remember. the zombie folk get infected by, it's a fungus. It's not a virus, it's not a bacteria, it's a fungus. And because it's a fungus, that means that the airborne spores, that also means that, like, underground, worldwide web in the woods, so you can step on some fungus and a mile away, a bunch of fucking fungus zombies will wake up. Yeah. Real nasty stuff. So, let's just not eat the fungus anymore, guys. I'm not. And I'm cool. Have I convinced you yet? Okay. We're like doing a full episode here. Wow, proud of us. So that means that we have to do affirmation of the day, the song of the day. I've already shown you the shirt of the day with the matching mug. I haven't seen my dad, so I don't have a dad joke. Since we were talking about pizza, song of the day is going to be Pizza Day by Aquabats. It's a phenomenal song. Go check it out. My cousin, years and years and years ago, turned me on to the Aquabats because she was like really into Blink-182 for a minute, and then learned about how like Travis Barker branched off and was drumming for the Aquabats. And so found the Aquabats. They do like very funny ska songs. They're a very talented group of dudes, humans. Pizza Day is an amazing song. It's definitely one of those songs that will pop into my head every now and again, and I will just, like a couple months ago, I went on a very, very short-lived Aquabats kick, and it was fun. So that's the song of the day. Pizza Day by the Aquabats. Give me a second and I will find you an affirmation. My personality is unique and wonderful. I'll say that again. My personality is unique and wonderful. So you can take that to the bank, along with your, I am wealthy, I am healthy affirmations and manifestations for the day, because it's, because. All right, we did our song, we did our shirt, we did our affirmation. I don't have a joke, because I am a joke. Okay. I think that's enough rambling for the day. I've got some cat vomit to go clean up. This is the life I've chosen, and I'm very okay with it. So we will see you next time. Hi, I'm Jen.